Hi there, crew members, Starfleet personnel. As always, let's just get straight into this video. Laid down on the table here is a large segment of the 1/100 scale saucer section, the highly finished build. So of course, as you know from previous videos, the finished build of this will then be scaled up directly to the massive 1/25th scale. I'm just going to show you a few details on this before I show you the superstructures. So this area here that is cut out will eventually be cut out all the way around the saucer, because this is the undercut of the saucer section, which undercuts into deck 7. Okay, so I'm going to show you that very clearly with the superstructures which I've got laid down here. You can see those superstructures there. I'm going to lay those down in a moment and just show you how this thing is taking shape. So just a few points of detail. On tracing paper, I'm laying out the interior details of the ship. So this is one of the crew quarters, and then we come further around to the back, and this is the layout of Impulse Engineering, where Captain Kirk and Khan have their fight in the episode The Space Seed. So also under this will be where the dorsal section attaches here. Okay, so coming further around to the double transporter rooms. So here's the one that we're familiar with, and already we have the crew on the transporter pads: Kirk, Spock, McCoy, and yes, the red shirt security guard behind. And if we zoom in on Dr. McCoy, he's kind of looking down to make sure his feet are placed correctly on the transporter pad, because as we know, he's not very happy at all with the process of the transporter. So if you just take a look at that from a distance, you can see that I'm carefully laying out the interior details of the saucer section. Okay, now with the miracle of editing, I'm going to very instantaneously place these superstructures around so you can really get a feel for the development of this finished 1/100 scale model. There we go. All the superstructures are now in place. Actually, there's 7 of them here, so I actually need to do at least another 25 of those to go all the way around the saucer section. So down here, each superstructure represents deck 6 and deck 7. So you can see deck 6 and deck 7 down here. As I just mentioned, the cutaway in the base is where the undercut of the saucer section goes in, and then you can clearly see the curvature of that undercut now passing over the space that is cut out to move towards the interior of deck 7. At the moment, these are in single sheets. This is a quality modelling board, and the base is thin MDF. Okay, so no more corrugated cardboard. This is a finished model. If I travel around the saucer here, we come to the final superstructure, which is actually a finished one. So you can see on here the thickness of this. It's two sides thick, with a wooden strip going all the way down and in the center also. So it's actually very strong. I'll just show you in a minute, as opposed to this, which is still a single piece. So each one of these will be like the one you just saw, where it's 2 pieces thick, supported by wooden strips, because these superstructures are not for show. When all this area is cut out here, the only thing attaching the inner saucer, deck 7, to the outer saucer here will be these structures. So they are actually supporting superstructures. Here is that finished superstructure with the two sides on and the wooden support strips down on two levels. And it really is strong. It really is a super support structure. Here is the outer edge of deck 7. This area here will be crew quarters. This area here is a corridor, storage room or whatever, leading up into the curvature under the saucer, which kind of cuts in to deck 7. Corridor here, transporter room will be here, and this here will be the corridor that we saw in the show, where we see Kirk, McCoy and the rest of the crew walking around that curving corridor with the sick bay around here. Okay, so you can get an idea that we only saw a tiny part of this ship in that show, because you've got this area, transporter room, briefing room, that kind of thing, and then the rest of the ship just spreads out all the way through the saucer that way. Now, let me just show you something incredible, because as you know, this is 1/100 scale. If I take another one of these, there are the two superstructures back to back, the length, I hope you can see all of that on the camera, the length of the saucer section. Let's go outside right now, and I'm going to hold this in 1/25th scale, and we do actually have to go outside to do that. Down on the planet's surface, so here I'm holding the 1/100 scale. This is the length of the saucer section, the superstructure, and now let's take a look at the 1/25th scale. There you go, folks. It's a little bit windy here, but that is a clear demonstration of the size of this model. Absolutely huge. 40 feet long when it's finished. Okay, let's get back to the headquarters and finish this video. Maybe this is your first visit to this channel. If so, please do be sure to click the subscribe button and also the notification bell and give the video a like. It helps the project a ton from this side. So I've laid the finished 1/100 scale dorsal section on to this saucer section, just to make the point that the entire ship at this scale, 1/100 scale, will be built to this quality. So it's quite a finished model in itself. So all of this here, the saucer section, all the way down to the secondary hull, the hangar deck, the nacelles, the main engineering, everything on this ship will be built to this quality, and then the entire 1/100 scale ship will be scaled up to massive 1/25th scale. And this dorsal section is it's not in the right position. Of course, it will be down underneath the saucer section and joining at the right point. I've just placed that there so that you can see the level of the finished model will be. In a previous video, I actually show this 1/100 scale dorsal section as it will be in the size of 1/25th. I hope you're enjoying seeing the progress on this now. This is the finished build of the 1/100 scale, and I'll see you soon with an update on the progress of this saucer section with all the finished structures in place, and maybe one or two corridors in place, just so that we can really start to get a feel for how big this original Enterprise really was. Hope the video finds you well. Bye for now.